So here are my self-adhesive laminate sheets. I bought mine online, but you could also buy them in stationery shops as well. So what you do with these is you just peel the backing away, and then you have one of the sticky layers, so we need two of these to make our bookmarks. So I love to press flowers, and I have a book here of all of the different flowers that I've got. So this page is open to just some random ones, and these are the ones that I'm going to use for this bookmark. And I'm just fiddling around with the different petals and the leaves that I have, and just the way that I want them to lie, and the way that the colours go together and the textures. So I'm just messing around with them and just being particular about how I would like the bookmark to look. So I think I've got it pretty much right, so I'm just taking the book away and then just comparing it to a previous bookmark that I've made. This is a totally different look with different flowers from different places. So when your design is ready, just remember where you place it onto the sheet, that we need to leave a border around the bookmark. So for the bookmarks that I make, depending on if you're going to give them away as a gift, I like them to be quite varied and give different stories in each bookmark. So I'm just showing you here that some of the things that I put into my bookmarks can be quite thick, and also the textures. So that is why it is quite important to have that border around the outside of our design, because if they are thick, some of the things we're putting in there, then that will give enough room to the outside so the two sheets can stick together. So my design is ready, and I did do it on the back of one of these sheets just to give it the contrast of the white paper. So it's up to you, you can just go for it and just put the design onto the sticky sheet straight away, or if it was quite intricate and it took you quite a while to do it and get it quite particular, then you can try to move it across if you can. Some of the things might move around. The leaves are quite easy to move on these sticky sheets, but I would say that the thin petals, when they're stuck, they're stuck. So just try to keep it as light on the first sheet as you can and move it around until you're happy with it. So now I'm just peeling off the backing of the second sheet of laminate paper, and remember, before we place that down, to leave the border around the design. This is very important. So when you place the second sheet down, if there are any petals, they will stick to it, so try to go straight down and as quick as possible as you can so you don't move your design around. So now all you have to do is just flatten it even more. They are going to have to be pressed flowers anyway, but just try to get all the air bubbles out. Just rub the outside of them, press it down, and it does take time. So initially we just need to get all of the air bubbles out if we can, and just flatten it down and make sure that the two laminate sheets are very tightly stuck together. But if you leave your bookmarks inside of a book anyway, then over time that will help press the bookmark even flatter and help to get the air bubbles out. But I'm just doing that here, as you can see, just quickly, just to get an even pressure on the bookmark and try to get rid of all the air bubbles if I can, and try to make it as flat as possible. So the next step then is to cut out the bookmark. So I'm just doing a rough cut around the bookmark first. I'm not going that close to it. So now that we've freed up the edges of the bookmark, we can now try to push out more of those air bubbles. So just take them from the middle and try to get them out if you can, now that we've freed up the sides. So I like my bookmarks to be quite a traditional shape, and just comparing it to the one that I made before, I'm just rounding off the edges. I don't like any sharp corners, and I think it just looks really pretty when you've just got the flowers as the main focal point. So that is pretty much the bookmarks done really. I like to keep them like this, but if you'd like to add some cord, you can do so. You can either use a hole punch or just cut a hole in the end of the bookmark with your scissors. Here I've got a natural cotton twine, and that would look nice just to tie a simple knot in the end. And I also have a natural hemp cord to give it a different look. I think the green and the cream go lovely with this style. So this is a very delicate, natural and pretty bookmark, and to have the natural cords and twines, then I feel it all works together. So that is this DIY finished. I hope this video was helpful. I love the look of these bookmarks. I love reading and I love anything natural, so being outside with my book, having these pressed flowers, and you can really personalize them, giving them away as gifts. You can make them so sentimental for special occasions you've been to with someone, places that you've traveled, things that you know the other person will like, places, things that you've picked together, and you can surprise people and just put these in a bookmark, and it would just mean a lot to a person. So because of that, you can make them look like however you want them to, and I just think they're really, really pretty.